Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, this new shooting point center build does everything in NBA 2K23. So, for those of you who do know or follow my channel, as a lot of you guys know, I don't really shoot the ball too often. I am on a lot of pure slasher builds in the past, and honestly in the present for that matter even still. Play Comp Pro, I'm on a pure 6'9" inside. I don't know who else really be doing that. To be honest with you, nobody does. So, the new sort of switch up or style to my build is actually going to be this one right here. So, on this build, I have 85 three-pointer, but still kept all the same finishing and playmaking stats of most of my slasher builds, minus a little bit of pass accuracy, essentially going down from like 86 to 78. Besides that, though, the exact same ball handle, speed of ball, driving dunk, standing dunk, driving layup, and close shot. It's all pretty much the same. The only thing I have lost out on, essentially, is block rating. That's about it. I mean, the prim D and steal are pretty much the exact same. The interior defense is not too far down, and then as far as the offensive rebounding, it does go down from 94 down to 85, so I get silver rebound chaser. Now, just so you know, in this gameplay, I don't have that yet. I don't have any of the tier 3 defensive badges. I can't really afford them yet. Simple as that. So, honestly, I'm still working on a lot of the badges, but I wanted to bring you guys this gameplay right here of me just showcasing what the build looks like. Now, yes, I do want everybody to know I have 25 block on the build currently. It gets to 27 in the long term. Right there is still a 29% contest, as you can see though, and the fact that that even pops up like that is at least enough confidence for me to realize that I think this is actually going to be a lot better of interior defense than I even thought it was going to be. You will also even see, like for instance, he's going to try and mash me in the paint once again. He just seen that he did it last time. Boom, I get a jump, and as you can see, it's a red contest on the interior. You can still get these 100%. Even with 25 block rating. It doesn't mean that I have no point in going for a jump contest at all when it comes to the paint. A lot of people are probably under the assumption all I'm going to be able to do is sit there with my hands up on defense and it won't even really affect anything. But 82 vertical paired with at least 67 interior defense can actually still result in some pretty decent interior defense. Now, as you can see, they get the offensive rebound either way, but they are in some jumbled up offensive set right here. It is looking ugly. This guy loves to just paint mash for some reason as well, shirtless dude. But anyway, you can see the rebounding on display right there with the D board, and then Zeke's also going to go down into the paint for this take, and I end up with the O board back here as well, and some paint mash as well with only like 50 close shot at the current moment. It does go to 76 close shot, just to keep that in mind, but again, right now I'm kind of penny pinching on a couple ratings. Now, as far as our lineup goes right here, Zeke, by the way, is on a 6'1" with 99 steal, so that's why you're going to see him definitely tapping his X button quite a bit. This back pluck steal patch definitely made a little bit of a difference as far as Zeke's build being viable on the park. I'm going to be honest with you guys, it really was important for small 6'1" guards with 99 steal to be able to back pluck in the park, because obviously if you can't really protect yourself on like people driving and really just tap X button, you can't really get any like stops in the paint for that matter. You will actually see one in this video from Zeke. It's actually it's so comedy. But anyway, 78 steal rating with silver interceptor. At the moment, it goes to 85 eventually, getting that passing lane, and then boom, as you can see, popping the slash take, and here is where we start to take off. So, me getting takeover, obviously, as we've kind of seen in the past as well, results in really hard to stop, to be honest with you guys. I think, honestly, it is ridiculous how well I can finish and score with this dunk meter stuff when I have the takeover. Now, on top of that, we also have included the ability to shoot now. So, you will see, albeit we don't really mix it in a whole lot in these videos, but nonetheless, we still 100% will have a little bit of a display as far as the hint of shooting that's going to be displayed on my build in this video still. But anyway, I get a bad passing lane right there. He ends up just mashing it to the paint again. Once again, this guy right here was just super like ending up below the basket and going for those close shot mashes. Now, right here, you can see Zeke just hits me up top. Boom. We are just greening this straight like that from the top. This is such a fast jump shot, in case you guys missed it from yesterday's video. Tobias Harris base, Sadiq Bey uppers. Save you the hassle of even checking out the video, to be honest with you guys. I hope you can drop a like for that. But anyway, this is so fast. It's so quick. You can literally just get it off at any given moment. You can see, boom, he's respecting my finish, and really not that much for that matter either. He's still playing pretty tight. And one thing that I really want to drive home with this video is that I want to set the standard and set the table for the fact that you guys are not going to see me force three-pointers on this build. I do not want to be 100% persuaded into just hunting threes 24/7 and not settling for anything as far as dunks go just because I have a three-point rating on this build. You will see a couple times right now that I'm getting really three-point hungry, but I want to set the tone, essentially, for the fact that I don't want to be a three hunter. I want to take it when it's there. Now, albeit, I think this one was actually a pretty decent opportunity to go for it. You can see we go with a couple snatchbacks, and he ends up kind of jumping out at me. He probably just flicked his hands up, to be honest with you guys, but you're going to see this James Harden little moving step back with the snatch back right here. This is going to be my stuff, because what I also can do, and what I've done in the past with it, and all my SIGs have pretty much stayed the same between the two builds, whether it's in 25 three-pointer 3-pointer or 85 3-pointer, a whole difference of 60. But doing this right here, I can move out of this to the ball hand extremely fast, and now that people have to step up and respect it, I'm gonna get unreal amounts of drives out of this. My whole style is based on rim running with no 3-pointer. Now that people actually do have to respect it, it's gonna be kind of ridiculous. But again, I want to really set the tone for the fact that I don't want to be a 3-hunter, because when I sit here and do stuff like that, I'm gonna get caught with a couple like contested jump shots that I really shouldn't be taking in the first place. So just keep in mind, the whole point of what I'm talking about here in this video, also horrible defense for me right there. I only have like 70 Prim D currently. It actually might even be like 68 or something like that, but we'll show the full build upgrades as far as what I actually put into this right away. And what you're actually gonna see on this possession right here is exactly what I was telling you guys I was not gonna do. So I end up coming out with another snatchback. You can see I'm moving a little bit too laterally and way too much 3-point hunting. You can see this little standstill snatchback that I did, and I'm burning way too much adrenaline trying to play by this style. I need to be way more downhill like I typically am, and I do plan to do so. I once again just wanted to use this video as an example of what I'm not going to be doing. But anyway, you can see Joey coming out here, getting a nice little hop back 3-pointer opportunity. It definitely was a decent shot. You can see Zeke hawking in the lanes, and then in typical Zeke fashion, throwing me the nasty alley-oop right in traffic. Now on this position right here, you're going to see a little bit of confusion between me and Zeke. Zeke ends up kind of hawking down for a passing lane opportunity a little bit too much. I try and help to him a little bit in the corner, and then this guy just kind of walks it back to the corner. Obviously a good take. All right, so accelerate a little bit further. Now, I want to once again explain why me baby doing too much of this pop slip stuff is not going to be the thing that I'm looking for. So you're going to see on this one, I was trying to pop slip to the wing, but albeit they're just playing sides defense. There's no point in doing stuff like that. You need to be way more vertical when it comes to your pick and roll offense, and be way more slip oriented when it comes to that size defense. Anyway, I try and get a little chuck up at the end of the shot clock right there, throwing the grenade, and it just is what it is. Ended up missing another 3-pointer because it's obviously blocked. But once again, this is me also kind of driving home the point of the video of just because you can shoot does not mean that it's going to be the end all be all of being a super efficient offense. You still need to be able to utilize the finishing aspects of your game, which as you can see right here, we set up for a nice little pick and roll. We end up with a kind of ugly setup, but either way it is what it is. Standing dunk on display, still using the pick and roll, getting to the basket and getting that 2-point shot. Now, on display of the next offensive possession, as you can see, we have 18 points. What I plan to do, whether it's Park, especially Park for that matter, but if we're having a 3-hunt mode, and also this guy, it just has no end and no extent of how much he can use to spam that paint matching stuff. But either way, in the Park, as you can see, 18 points. 3 points ends the game, and this is where I've always been kind of a deficiency to this, and I would always just kind of take the 2 that they give us. But you're going to see the pop slip to the corner right here for game. This is what I want to do a whole lot more with it, and I've always said that this would be something that I do a whole lot more as well if I had the capabilities of the build. So this right here, you can literally just keep it as simple as this. The whole point of this offensive set that we're doing right here is to open up this left side corner, or essentially let me start from the middle and try and get to the open side corner away from where our corner spot up is. So you're gonna see Zeke starts to this wing right here, and he's moving toward me. I'm starting from the top and moving toward this open corner. Now, if I see this at all, where Red Hat ends up following Zeke at all and doesn't just completely switch off to me, I'm all the way to this corner all day. And as you can see, he takes that false step trying to chase Zeke, and then I'm just wide open in the corner. Now, if I see him stay put way harder than that, I could also just slip it right down the middle. But again, honestly, it doesn't even hurt anything. We got 18 seconds left in the shot clock. I'll go ahead and just give a nice little look at this slip pop, and as you can see, pop over to the corner, and boom, we get the green to go right there on a catch and shoot into the corner. So that is one gameplay really quickly of the display that I wanted to showcase. I would argue I really only missed one 3-pointer, even though it's going to say I was 2 for 4. That chuck up at the end of the clock, it kind of is what it is. It's just bad offensive possession for me in terms of just setting up my own drives and rim runs. But anyway, into gameplay number 2, these are the people we're going to be playing against in this one. As you can see, the other one also had some decent comp as well. Now, comp and Park, I don't really know what to deem, whether it is or not, to be honest with you. I just look at their levels and their like GOAT status and stuff like that. And albeit, I don't want you guys to think about that at all when it comes to Pro-Am, because people be quitting out of the games in Pro-Am and stuff like that. And I don't say this to be corny or anything like that. I'm just saying that anybody who's really comp in the Pro-Am, they're just quitting out to save their boost, their Gatorade, all types of stuff like that. They don't care about XP, they care about winning, and they care about literally just the actual standings of the Pro-Am League and winning tournaments and playoffs and stuff like that. They don't care about being purple or anything like that. But anyway, we're gonna move along into this gameplay a little bit. You're gonna see, obviously, it was just a little bit of like alley-oops and stuff like that we were setting up for me to get like 4 points. we get Joey on a little bit of a dot right here. I'll just kind of explain it like this. They were just helping off the corner quite a bit, so what I wanted to do was set up with a little pick and roll slip for me to move toward this corner to get Joey a wide open three-pointer, because this big man was really hawking down on our pick and rolls. So if I start from the open side corner but end up rolling this way, it'll bait the big man down and Joey will end up with a three-pointer, as you can see. But unfortunately Joey misses, but I'm down there for the offensive rebound with the box out. Again, a lot of people were questioning why I put O-board instead of block on my build, but I know my style better than anybody, and I understand that I'm going to want that. And pair with the silver rebound chaser if I get it pretty soon. Again, in this gameplay, I don't have any rebound chaser. Also, shout out to Zeke with the block on a 6'1" with 25 block rating. That's insane. Anyway, I end up kind of like boxing him off right there, and Zeke gets a nice little rim run, 11-5. But as far as the offensive rebound versus block rating goes, I know for a fact that, yes, it's going to hurt a little bit not having block rating. Even the jumps contest like that, even though it looks super troll and a horrible time for me to do it, they definitely look worse. I understand that my shot blocking is going to be absolutely awful with the way that I have this set up, but it's not as important as offensive rebound in my opinion. Not to mention, I will show you in the builder at the end of this video, it is not a direct trade-off. I can't just take the offense rebound rating down and just put it all the way down, because first of all, it makes the D-board go down as well. And then even if I took them both off, it doesn't just translate to block rating being like just a direct one-to-one trade-off, and it's as simple as that. That's not how it works. The rebounding is just cheaper than the block rating in general. But anyway, coming out with the ISO right here, you can see the attack size up into the hop back, boom, we're just baiting them, and I can get the nice little rim run off the dunk meter. I mean, honestly, I don't have to change my style that much. I don't have to run sharp take just because I can shoot. I don't have to do anything like that. I don't have to just come out here and fade, although I do have that new Tyler Hero fade. I've been working on it a little bit in the my court. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Pro and Marina, not really the my court, but you guys get what I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, that whole Tyler Hero thing I'm definitely working on. I'm going to lab out the fades a little bit. It seems I'm only going to be good at fading to my like dominant hand, aka the left hand, but as you can see, hitting the nice little snatch back into attack size up into hop back into the behind the back, and as you can see, get that green dunk meter to go with the slash take. I mean, this is still my style. This is still 100% me and what I be doing. It's just that now I can resort to that shooting for the sake of spacing for my teammates, as well as obviously still even just go and do that, or just whether I get my own jump shot as well. But I do want to let you guys know I'm not abandoning my typical slasher role by any means. It'll probably still be what I run for Comp Pro-Am for the sake of the defensive versatility and the offensive rebounding ability, and also just in general, like I don't even think the popping really matters for the sake of Comp Pro-Am, to be completely honest with you guys. I don't think it would really open up our offense that much by any means. As you can see, I try and get a nice little stop and go rim run right there. He ends up fouling me, reaching in on me. Now check this one out. This is the exact thing that I'm talking about, and I'm thinking of this as soon as I see where the inbound is setting up. I'm the inbounder up top, but Zeke is going to be on the left. Now, it's not often I'll just have him over here. So what I want to go ahead and do, I want to have Zeke flare over to the wing. As soon as he catches it, I'm going to start middle. And as you're going to see, we're going to go ahead and run that pop slip again. Boom, I'm over here. The defense is miscommunicated and really doesn't know what's going on. And I get those free threes off this stuff. And I do still plan to do this in the open court when I'm just probably not on takeover. Right here, though, I just saw the opportunity, so I wanted to try it. And even for that matter, too, slash take is still boosting your three-point rating by 5. So that's like a 93-pointer right there. And I still have like gold catch and shoot on for that matter as well right there. Trying to core it, I don't have limitless on at all yet, but the plan is that I'll eventually be able to run limitless, blinders, and catch and shoot on this build, albeit I only have 85 three-pointer because I had enough finishing badges to the point where I don't need a finishing core, and I'm going to be able to run double shooting core. So you guys can go ahead and check out yesterday's video if you want more information on what I'm planning to do with the build or anything like that, but that's the plan for now, is I'm going to run the double shooting and no finishing core. Right here, you're going to see I set up Zeke for an alley-oop for game. Just wanted to troll and let a point guard get the game-winning basket on a lob. And as you can see, we get a nice little two-step from him out the corner right here. I got the ball up top, and I'm kind of just dribbling to like bait them into thinking I'm trying to score, but as you can see, they're just caught ball watching. Zeke ends up with the cut, and we get a nice little called out cut for him right there to end the game 22-13. And again, I really didn't shoot that many shots in this game. I only shot one for that matter. But the whole point is I can still run my slasher ISO. I can still do the pick and pop slips. I can still do the pick and roll slips. And albeit it's only at the direct trade-off of me dropping my block rating, a little bit of defensive badge count, and then a little bit of offensive rebound. That's pretty much it. D-board as well, a little bit, but I don't really care as much as defensive rebound. I think, honestly, the O-board just carries hard enough anyway. and then a little bit of pass accuracy too. So there are minor tweaks and slight differences between the builds, but obviously the major difference is the shooting. All right, so here's what I'm working with for right now and what you saw in this gameplay. So only 52 close shot, yet it goes to 76. We have 80 driving layup, 93 dunk, but it goes to 94, 70 standing dunk, but obviously 75 is the max. Mid-range, I have it all the way down to 45. This is probably the last thing I upgrade as well. It's not exactly my style quite as much. I think I'm going to be a lot more just still slasher ISO, but only like shoot from the top when they let me. And again, I do still plan to lob out some fades as well. That Tyler Hero is definitely going to be in my repertoire eventually. It's just I obviously got to keep on still working on it essentially. But anyway, 78 pass ac is the max for a badge point. I was still cool with the 75 though. I think this is going to be a decent spot. Not to mention the badge point was for silver bailout as well. So it definitely made sense to go at 78. 87 ball handle. I'll eventually get gold clamp breaker. I only had silver in that gameplay too. So that's another thing to kind of keep track of, because I do think the difference between silver and gold is pretty huge personally from my own experience and just kind of feeling it. But anyway, 75 speed of ball for the NBA dribble style, 67 interior defense with 86 prim D and 85 steal as the max, but as you can see I only have 78 on both. It did feel a little bit sluggish on defense, not to mention I have no clamps, so you probably saw a couple clamp breakers in that gameplay as well. But 85 offensive rebound with a 73 defensive rebound as well, 82 speed, but I only have 80, and then 81 acceleration with also, I really do think the screens were plenty fine in that video and just in general from my gameplay tonight. And even like I also have this clip, I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. So again, this is with extremely low strength with no brick wall, anything like that. And as you can see, still setting plenty fine screens and big bodies and stuff like that. It's not a 100% rate thing, but honestly, I don't even think it feels that different from my other build with the 76 strength. In my opinion, this is literally just body frame and being in the right spot, like just clipping him on that screen right there. I also do have one little tidbit information for you guys. So holding your left trigger when setting screens will set firmer, more statue-esque big bodies, in my opinion. That's at least a kind of myth that I believe in, and as you can see, as Zeke does that dribble move, morphs him into the screen and absolutely just bodies him right there. Anyway, yeah, that's 27 strength setting screens like that, and albeit I'm only 187 pounds too, so the weight and strength don't really play that big a factor. It's a little unfortunate for the sake of my little big man, but oh well. I mean, it's still Hall of Fame brick wall, I get on that as well. But 82 vertical, it feels perfectly fine as far as how it's performing, as far as like, you know, shot contest, jumps in the paint for blocks and stuff like that. And then yeah, for the badge count, this is pretty much what we're working with. This is what I'm going to keep 100% of the time. Fearless Finisher and Acrobat both on silver, with gold on Slithery, Limitless Takeoff, and Posterizer. I'm not going to core poster or anything like that in the long run, so I'm not really worried about getting too much progress for that or really grinding it in my career or anything like that. What I do need to grind is this catch and shoot progress, man. So this is going to be a grind, because I don't play off ball too often in this game. I don't spot up corner. I don't really spot up wing too often either. I'm really more so just using this build as a pick and popper. So it's going to be a grind to get this cord, and I still need to get Limitless range or blinders cord as well. So Limitless is probably going to be what it has to be, and I'm going to have to do this in my career 100%. So it does suck. It's going to take a lot more grind, and I can't just get by with only coring tier 2 badges, because that's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to run multiple tier 3s, albeit I will have enough shooting badge points to run more of them, but I can't do that because if I, let's say, maybe take volume shooter off right here, as you can see, I don't have enough badge points to be able to get a tier 3 badge, because these are phantom badges. They don't even really exist as far as the badge count goes. I have to core badge only tier 3s and no tier 2s. So it does suck. It's going to be a little bit unfortunate, but oh well. It's going to be a grind that I'm willing to commit to, but I do have the Green Machine and Agent 3 for now, paired with a bunch of tier 1 badges that really aren't even that great, to be honest with you guys. But Clutch Shooter will be kind of nice for me, especially in the park. And Claymore, debatably, but I don't know if I really play like that enough to really utilize Claymore. And Amped, I probably will use, but honestly, I don't shoot extremely fatigued either, because my style probably won't even utilize Amped that much, to be honest. It's probably a lot more like, if I'm getting low on stam, I'm going straight to the hoop and dunk metering. Simple as that. No questions asked, really. So, I don't know. Bronze Amped will probably be enough, but either way, I could just eventually just run gold anyway. As far as the playmaking goes, once again, I only have Clamp Breaker on silver right now. For now, we have Handles for Days cord, but eventually I'm going to try and get Clamp Breaker cord for that extra playmaking badge point. And then with that extra badge point, I'd probably just put Bailout up to silver as well. So that'll be a pretty simple solution. And then, who knows, I'll probably take Dimer off as well on bronze. It is what it is. We'll figure that out when the time comes as well. But defensively, it's been the big grind, to be honest with you. So the only way I can really get defensive badges, the rec center that I played with Joey and Zeke tonight as well was extremely productive for me in that sense, because I'm able to get a lot more interceptions, rebounds, stuff like that. On the park and in my career has been a tough grind for these defensive badges, because all I can really do, the CPUs don't throw bad passes or anything like that, so I'm not really in the interception lanes or anything like that. And then rebounds are a decent method for me, but they're really slow. And then obviously I'm not getting that many shot blocks or anything like that. I've been starting to switch onto the bigs and stuff and maybe get a couple like jump contest opportunities where I maybe get some blocks or some interior contests, but for the most part, I've just been running 3-2 and just kind of spotting up on the block and not really paying attention as much on defense, to be completely honest. But anyway, that is a look at everything. I'm honestly going to bypass even showing you the whole like rebound versus block like debate and stuff like that. I'm not worried about it in the first place anyway. So I'm very content with this. The plan, by the way, in Pro-Am is for me to either play corner defense and not be the rotator. I'll just be essentially guarding lockdowns, or I maybe will play wing defense. In either situation, yes, on the wing D, it would be kind of nice to have some block because then I could still play sides defense like we've been doing with IQ. And yes, it would be nice, but honestly, as far as that corner defense roles go, I don't need block. I don't think some of you guys understand. Like, I'm going to be guarding a 6'6" or a 6'7" pure lock every single time. All they even have is probably 80 driving dunk and like silver quick drops, or silver limitless takeoff, I should say. No contact dunks, no nothing like that. They don't got close shot to mash. They don't even have a good badge count in general because they're a 6'6" or 6'7", and that's the facts. I know I'm going to be guarding people like that. It's comp pro-am. That's all anybody uses. I have seen 100% of everybody who loads up this game at the lockdown spot. Actually, probably 99, because I do remember one team that didn't run it, but they all run 6'6" and 6'7" pure locks. And because I am our worst defensive build, quote unquote, I can just guard corner, simple as that, and just guard the 6'7", 6'6" pure lock. So the other alternative option is obviously, like I said, I have 86 Prim D and 85 Steel, so I could still debatably guard the wing as well. In the interior defense, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty satisfied with this level of interior D paired with the vertical. I feel like I'm actually getting pretty good interior contests in general anyway, so I'll be interested to see how it performs and plays in Pro-Am. But anyway, that's all video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub, and do some noties, all good stuff. And like always, try to win to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put point center in the comments, search sports my way through, because that's truly what I believe this player is going to play like. The offensive rebounding being 85, and the versatility I'm going to spend in the pick and roll and pick and pop game, as well as still being a ball handler. I think shooting point center is the perfect title for this build if I could self-proclaim it or self-deem it, essentially, because I do think you're going to see a lot of those things that are in that title on display. But anyway, that's all for video. I hope you all enjoyed. And on that, take it easy, man. Peace.